Welcome back to my channel where we uncover the hidden value in everyday coins. Today, we're diving into one of the most unique Australian 50 new pence coins value in today's market in dollars. The 50 new pence coin, dated 1969, is an important piece of modern British coin history, especially for collectors who focus on early decimal issues. This coin was introduced just before the United Kingdom officially changed to a full decimal currency system in 1971. At that time, the words new pence were used to help the public distinguish the new decimal coins from the old pre-decimal pennies, making the 1969 issue historically significant. The 1969 50 new pence coin was struck in cupro nickel and features a large, seven-sided shape that immediately stands out. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II appears, designed by Arnold Machen. Her image is sharp and dignified, with clear facial features and well-defined hair details. In extremely fine condition, there is only light wear on the highest points of the portrait, while most of the original detail remains visible and attractive. The reverse of the coin displays the famous Britannia design, created by Christopher Ironside. Britannia is shown seated, holding a trident in one hand and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing Britain's maritime strength and desire for peace. In extremely fine condition, the lines of Britannia's shield, gown, and trident are still crisp, with minimal smoothing from circulation. The word new pence and the date 1969 remain bold and easy to read, which adds to the overall eye appeal. From a value perspective, the 1969 50 new pence coin in extremely fine condition generally sells for around $400,000. Coins with particularly strong detail, clean surfaces, and pleasing color may sometimes sell for a little more, especially if demand is high. Collectors often seek this coin as part of a complete early decimal set or as a nostalgic reminder of Britain's currency transition. While it may not reach high prices like rare gold or silver coins, it remains a solid collectible with steady interest. It is also a popular coin for beginner collectors as it combines history, unique design, and affordability. Next up, the 50 new pence, dated 1977, a large and instantly recognizable coin from the United Kingdom that represents an important period in British decimal coinage. Introduced in 1969, the 50 new pence was part of the transition from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern decimal system. By 1977, this coin was already well established in everyday use, but today it holds growing interest among collectors, especially when found in extra fine condition. The 1977 50 new pence was struck in copper nickel and features the distinctive seven-sided shape that made it stand out in circulation. On the obverse, the coin shows the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machen. In extra fine condition, the Queen's hair details remain sharp, the facial features are clear, and there is only light wear on the highest points. The legend around the portrait is strong and readable, with no major fading or damage. These details are important because they help confirm the coin's grade and overall desirability. The reverse of the coin displays the crowned Britannia design by Christopher Ironside, holding a trident and shield, symbolizing Britain's maritime strength and national identity. On an extra fine example, the lines on Britannia's gown are still visible, the shield retains its definition, and the trident appears crisp with only minimal flattening. The word new above the denomination is especially important, as later issues removed this word. Collectors often seek these earlier new pence coins because they clearly mark the early years of decimalization. In today's market, a 1977 50 new pence in extra fine condition is not considered rare, but it is still collectible. Most examples in this grade typically sell for around $2.7. Coins with particularly attractive surfaces, original luster, or no distracting marks may reach slightly higher prices, especially if sold to a collector completing a high-quality date set. While this coin will not make someone rich, it is a solid and affordable piece of British numismatic history. Value can also be influenced by factors such as overall eye appeal, toning, and whether the coin has been cleaned or damaged. Natural color and smooth surfaces are preferred by collectors, while harsh cleaning can significantly reduce value. Because of its large size and seven-sided shape, the 50 new pence often shows edge wear, so an extra fine example with clean edges is more desirable. Next up, the 50 new pence coin, dated 1979, is an interesting piece for modern British coinage, representing a period of transition in the United Kingdom's monetary system. The words new pence were used on British decimal coins from 1971 until 1981, making the 1979 issue part of this short but important era. For collectors, this detail alone adds historical charm, especially for those who focus on decimal-era coins. The 1979 50 new pence coin was struck in copper nickel and features the iconic seven-sided shape that makes it instantly recognizable. On the obverse, the coin displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machen, which was widely used during this period. The reverse shows the crowned Britannia holding a trident, a symbol that has long represented Britain's strength, stability, in maritime history. The design is simple yet powerful, and it remains popular among collectors around the world. In very fine condition, a 1979 50 new pence coin shows moderate circulation wear. Most of the major details are still clearly visible, including the Queen's portrait in the fine lines of Britannia on the reverse. There may be light smoothing on the highest points and some small scratches from circulation, but the coin still retains strong overall detail and an attractive appearance. Very fine is considered a solid collector grade, especially for people who enjoy coins that show honest age without being overly worn. When it comes to value in today's market, the 1979 50 new pence coin in very fine condition is generally affordable. Because it was minted in large quantities for circulation, it is not considered rare. In most cases, examples in very fine condition sell for approximately 40 cents US. Coins with particularly nice eye appeal, minimal marks, or better than average detail may reach slightly higher prices, sometimes around 50 cents US, especially if demand is strong or the coin is part of a themed collection. While this coin is not a high-value rarity, it plays an important role in British decimal history and is often collected as part of a complete date set of 50 new pence coins. Many collectors enjoy owning at least one example with the new pence inscription, as it clearly marks an era that ended in the early 1980s, when the wording was changed simply to pence. Next up, the 2000 Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around the portrait, you'll see the inscription with her name, title, and the year 2000, marking the beginning of a new millennium, which adds a small historical touch to the coin. On the reverse side, the coin displays the Australian coat of arms. This design includes a kangaroo and an emu supporting a shield that represents the 6 Australian states. Above the shield is the Commonwealth Star, symbolizing national unity. The design is bold and detailed, and even in circulated examples, most of the major elements remain easy to recognize. The 2000 50-cent coin is made from cupro nickel, an alloy of copper and nickel, which gives it a silver-gray appearance and makes it durable for circulation. It weighs 15.55 grams and has a diameter of about 31.65 millimeters across its widest points. Because it was produced for general circulation, millions of these coins were minted, which means it is not considered rare. In good condition, this coin shows noticeable wear from regular use. High points of the design, such as the Queen's hair and the details on the coat of arms, may appear smooth or flattened. Scratches, small nicks, and general surface wear are common in this grade. However, all major details are still visible, and the coin remains identifiable and collectible, especially for beginners or those completing a year set. When it comes to value, an Australian 50-cent coin from the year 2000 in good condition is generally worth close to its face value. In today's market, most examples sell for around $36,000 US, depending on overall appearance and demand. Coins with less wear, brighter surfaces, or better eye appeal can sometimes sell for a little more, while heavily worn pieces usually stay near face value. Even though it's not a high-value coin, the 2000 Australian 50-cent piece is still a nice collectible. It represents modern Australian coinage, features an iconic national design, and marks an important year in history. For collectors, it's a solid addition to any Australian coin collection, and a great example of how everyday coins can still carry cultural and historical significance.